Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Heads Will Roll Reforged Season 2! Virtuous, still unnamed guy. I don't know if I ever really established a name for him. Though there were some good suggestions, I just never settled on one, and now it's been a long time, and we're gonna hit the road, Jack. That wasn't even intended, but hey look, if the people vote, I take it seriously. It may not be a democracy, but it's something like a republic, I guess, and that I try to represent viewer/voter interest. So hit the road at night. This is the option of either staying at this shady place or going at night and probably encountering bandits. I don't think anybody we're going to encounter who isn't like a real named creature, a real terror, a real like main character is going to be too difficult for us to handle. So here we go. His arguments do not convince me, and I prefer to set out immediately. The consequences do not take long to manifest. In about the third hour of the journey, fatigue takes its toll, and you, right on horseback, fall first into a light nap and then into a full sleep. This is not at all what I was expecting. I guess in the Choose Your Own Adventure, it's very easy to not communicate the potential consequences, and the way the potential consequences were communicated to me, again, this is all new to me, were that we'd be at risk of being attacked, not at risk of falling asleep. I don't know how I can drive all night, overnight. I find it very hard to understand how somebody who isn't like just exhausted can fall asleep on horseback. Horseback, having ridden it myself, I don't find it particularly comfortable, but maybe that's just because I'm not accustomed to it. Sleep, out of which you are suddenly pulled by a heavy blow to the back of your head. Before you can figure out anything out, a group of unknown people manages to pull you out of the saddle and then inflict a series of blows on your body and head. After a few minutes, you nonetheless come to your senses, pull out your weapons, and start desperately swinging it around, fighting off the attackers. Soon the attackers actually retreat, leaving you alone after checking on yourself and making sure that there are no serious injuries. And all the things were in place. You were already going to rejoice. This is ridiculous. When you suddenly realize that the villains did not leave empty-handed, the purse from your belt was deftly cut off. Fortunately, the adventures end there, and you overcome the rest of the road to Maidstone without any issues. Okay, well, this might be a thing where they want to relieve you of your purse either way. We at least have a full inventory of crap we can sell if we need money. Let me just keep going. When the familiar spire of the town hall appears behind the nearest hill, it becomes warm in your chest. You have returned home. Chapter 4, Interbellum. Maidstone, England, Week 1. As is often the case in small towns, absolutely nothing has changed here during your seemingly so long absence. The guard at the town gates was still lazy, the innkeeper was fat, and the cat who lived in the inn was kind and fluffy. Probably a different cat. Well, maybe not, it's only been 1 year? The tavern beer tasted as sour as before, and the audience inside was all the same dubious. The streets were crowded with the same onlookers, and the merchants were still calling for potential customers' attention. Maidstone met you in exactly the same condition as it was when you left it for war. Family was overjoyed at your safe return. All the numerous relatives and acquaintances gathered at the huge table set in honor of your arrival. Beer and wine flowed freely. Probably cheap beer and wine. Congratulations and toasts were raised, and you had to retell the details of your incredible adventure over and over again. The arrival at Dunkirk Castle, the looting of the local arsenal, the first blood shed in battle, the raid through the streets of Cambria to rescue the young prince, the acquaintance with Cecilia, the undercover infiltration of Cambrai under the guise of a civilian, the duel with a French knight, the first visit to the de Lambert estate and communication with Eva, Bartholomew's cunning schemes, the triumphant end of the siege and the subsequent reappearance of countless French troops, the personal meeting with William de Roche and the refusal to kill him, the mysterious death of the king, and many, many other things. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is a nice thing. I can imagine coding this up. You just add strings as, if they did this, add it in. But that's nice that we get it all. For a few days, you become the center of everyone's attention and bask in the rays of this, albeit small but real glory. However, the feast arranged in your honor ends, numerous guests leave, and you have to return to reality, which, as it often happens, turns out to be harsh. Things are not going well on your father's farm, and thus feeding another mouth off it, especially one as voracious as yours, is clearly not going to be possible. Therefore, joining your younger brothers, who works with your father, is not an option. Having a roof over your head turns out to be not so simple either. Huddling in your parents' house, which even without you is already full of children, turns out to be extremely inconvenient and somewhat inappropriate. So you conclude without anyone's hints that you need to move out somewhere. After checking in with old acquaintances, you find an empty house on the outskirts of town, rented it out for a generally acceptable sum. I assume not much, considering, this is not like a wartime economy or something. A visit to a town loan shark allows you to get a small starting capital, which is given to you on your word of honor and a written promise to start returning the agreed amount in a week. Okay. Medium result for virtue and prestige. You borrowed 300 florins with an interest rate. Good lord, is that 125% or 25%? That's 125%. And that's not, this is, okay, just to give you some perspective here. This is an interest rate of 125% per week. Per week. That is like a per annum interest rate of like over 1,000%. I mean, that is, it's like mind-bogglingly high. This is like, you cannot, there's not even in today's day and age, I think, can you see interest rates of this anywhere in the world. This is incredible. This is how a new and this time peaceful stage of your life begins. Okay, we got debt. You pay 300 for rent, 300 florins lost. After acquiring your own place of residence, you also get a place to store your belongings in, chest obtained. So I assume that you have to lose your money for this, that this quest line spits in the face of any money you've collected. It just won't matter. Is it the same size as before? Wow, so tons of questions for me. Lots that we're going to have to pour through here. What's our chest look like? It's a small chest, which means we're going to have to upgrade it again. I assume we have 0 money. We do. But yeah, we do have a fair amount of goodies we can sell. Thank goodness for that. So we're not as poorly off as, as we could have been. And, even this Falcon that we forgot to sell in our... Yeah, it's another 45 money that we're definitely going to take advantage of. First order of business is going to be to train, I guess. Physician, we have a concussion. And it costs full money to... Oh, boy. So things are not looking good here. Not good. Training may not be good with a concussion, so we might need to get some money first. Alright, how does this look? Scavenge. We can scavenge, that's good. We can socialize with nobody. We can go to the tavern. There's some jobs. Okay, so there's day work, craftsman, blacksmith, alchemist, and look for a job. Interesting. Now, I think that we will be very capable as a craftsman, a blacksmith, or an alchemist. So those are real possibilities here. Yeah, we probably want to check those options out before we trade anything, so we know what we might want to do. Let's check the blacksmith. Would you like to set up a blacksmith shop at home? 40 florins, the blacksmith shop will allow you to take orders for the manufacture of armor and allow you to sell it above the market price. Okay, yeah, because we don't have any money, I guess that's impossible. Go to the alchemist. Would you like to alchemical workshop at home? 30 florins. Various orders, sell craft items above market price. I feel like it's going to be easier for us to sell armor than for us to get all the goodies we need for the alchemist stuff. What about craftsman? Yeah, same thing. So because the blacksmith is the most expensive, I'm just using the age-old theory, common sense theory really, that the one that takes the most money to set up will be potentially the most lucrative. You could also look for a job or day work. I don't want to click these without knowing what they do, but I guess that's just how it goes. We're going to potentially waste time here doing something we don't want to do. But let's just go and click day work. What does this mean? Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. You spend the day working at the wharf and unloading, the digital world. Unloading cargo from incoming merchant ships. Strength check passed. The boss is satisfied with your work. 15 florins and time lost is 1. Alright, not too bad. We don't want to do that again, though. Let's look for a job this time. You hear rumors that one of the wealthy Maidstone merchants is looking for a fencing coach for his young son. The job promises to be both quite cushy and very well paid, so there are guaranteed to be plenty of people who want to get it. Which means that a good first impression, which is known to depend on appearance, may well be the key to success or failure. Alright, so we want to make sure our prestige is very high, I would imagine. And we can try to do that with our knightly chain. Things like that. So let's go over to our character. Unfortunately, this will add a little bit of virtue to us that we'll lose, but that's just the way it's going to have to happen, I think. So this will go on. We'll swap that. How about this custom padded cuirass? Prestige of 31. Prestige of 15. Yeah, I think that's what we'll put on for now. Didn't realize we had that even. This is 5. This is 10, so we'll put that on. In fact, it might be a good time for us to make something. This is 6 versus 10, so we'll definitely keep that for now. I probably will add this with an Aventail, and we'll get some really good armor out of that. The thing with the Salet, which makes it a little bit more tempting, I mean, it can be more tempting, is the fact that it does offer neck coverage. And remember, neck armor stacks. So even if this is only neck coverage of 10, the fact that we have neck coverage of 50 with this will give us total neck coverage of 60, and although this is only 5 armor, this is 7, so our total neck armor will be 12 with coverage of 60. That's pretty good. And I think that, okay, the 17 versus the 19 is a little bit worse, and our actual head coverage will be worse as well. Wait, that's not true, right? If we add the Aventail, this is head coverage of 85, so I think we'll be at like very, very high head coverage overall. I mean, we could just try it, right? We could just take this off, unequip, but right, our inventory is full. Okay, I didn't realize that would happen. We can sell a battle belt. We can sell a few things here, right? Probably. We might be able to put the blacksmith's hammer back on if we're going to start doing this. I don't want to take off and, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Swap that out because we're going to lose the prestige anyway, and then we'll gain it back in a moment. So this is 2. We want the other one. Where is it? Worker's gloves. This is 3. Swap that. Do some crafting. I forgot to take it off. Still inventory space of that. Okay, well we have 2 Aventails, so we'll just swap one for Aventail for now. Still craft. You can see the difference. So our crafting skill is at what right now? Crafting skill is at 28. That's pretty good. I actually don't want to do these, so let's clear this. Although this is amazing, isn't it? 0 penalty, no penalty at all. 33, 645. Again, the main advantage of the other one is it gives us slightly higher limb armor. Does it even give us higher limb coverage? No, I don't think so. 45 versus the other one. I mean, the one that we're wearing right now. Nonetheless, let me clear this and just go for the Aventail and Salet combo. Whoops. Aventail. Yeah, we got 3 here we can choose from. This is great. We can actually just swap right in. And so this is 2091, 930. 2091, 930. So this has slightly higher neck coverage. Yeah, so the Aventail only gives us neck coverage of 30. But still, 930 plus the 50 we already get would put us at 1480. That's pretty good. And I strongly think that almost nobody should hit you in the neck. If they hit you in the neck, you've done something horribly wrong already, and you were probably already going to die. Which is why I don't want to prioritize too much the neck, because I feel like having something there as an emergency backup is good to make sure you don't just outright die to one hit. But I don't otherwise think it's going to help you that much. It's probably, if you're getting hit there, you were a goner. Okay, so this is 20 and 9, 20 and 9, and 22 and 6. But the higher coverage... It's interesting to me is the Salet is actually the one that has neck coverage. And the one without, so 650 versus 930. Because it's weird, it's averaging the Salet and the Aventail, whereas it doesn't appear to average the Bassinet. It just takes, if it's 0, it just takes the other one. That's fascinating, isn't it? So in some sense, it's actually better not... So the Italian Bassinet, I mean, it just is outright better. The only reason it's not better is that the Salet does contribute to the neck armor. 7 and 5 gives us 9, whereas this one gives us 6. I mean, it's only 3 points of armor we're giving up for higher neck coverage. Probably I mean, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, we might as well do this as well, because I could use higher prestige stuff. So let's go ahead and do this. And that will be my high prestige weapon thing. What are we? We're at 94. I think we're probably already good enough, but if we weren't good enough before, this should definitely put us over the edge. Now we are looking at 107. Well, if that isn't enough to change it, I don't know what is. I also want to go and we have our chest. We can put some things down. I don't know why I didn't think about doing that earlier. Put the fall down. Put the gambus in. The chapelle de fer. And one aventail, the plague mask. Don't have enough money to put everything in here. And probably I want to swap these trinkets back, right? Okay, so let's go for Knight's Chain, and I think I'll get the Templar's Medallion back as well, which will give us more stats. This has got to be good enough, right? Extremely high quality, high stats. Except for in coordination because of the concussion, but still weapon talent points that we haven't used. Oh, we have another one of these as well, I forgot. What do we want to do? Well, Casanova is just going to absolutely tank our virtue, so let's try not to do that one. Probably good manager is what I want, I think. I don't know if I'll be managing a squad here or not. I don't see it, but at some point supposedly we will. That's the one missing, I would say. Although we could get Huntsman and wait for the next chapter and see if... Well, let's just hold on to this. Let's wait until we do hunting or scavenging. Or we get people, and if we end up getting people, then we'll do the good manager. If we end up not seeing it after some time in this chapter, we'll just pick up Huntsman and then do good manager in the next chapter. So that seems like it's going to be fine. Alright, let's see. How do we go to this place now? We have a debt in Maidstone, 675, my god. And we also need 300? Wait a second. What was the 300 that we borrowed from? I'm so confused. Did I misread that? Anyway, let's go to the merchant's house. And we want to make sure our weapon... 25 is pretty good for this chapter. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. You visit the merchant's house and offer him your services as a fencing coach for his son. Your appearance makes a good impression and favorably distinguishes you from other applicants. Good, we passed. You'd assume that 100 maxed prestige would pass the check. And when the merchant on top of that finds that you are also a veteran in the French campaign, he immediately makes the final choice in your favor. As expected, the job indeed turns out to be quite easy and not tedious, while the payment is extremely solid. That's good. Okay, so that's a chunk of time. So this is interesting how we're balancing making money with upgrading our skills, which we haven't done yet, and I'm sure that's still important to do that. Socialize in the tavern. Dare I? Alright, we're just after the V, in between the V and the E of event. Let's see what happens here. Dinner at the tavern will cost you 45 formers. No. I don't know what the... Well, if we have money to spare, one time we will, but let's go back and check, look for a job. Having found out about your military experience, one of the local farmers requests that you to protect his cattle, which are regularly attacked by wolves. Interesting. Although the farmer promises a quite modest reward, the job itself also appears to be not the most dangerous, since chasing wolves through the forest is not even close to storming Cambrai. Well, I guess we'll agree. The boy who cried wolves. Uh-oh. Oh no. I'm not sure if we'll regret that one or not. We also have enough money to set up our blacksmith shop, which I am very tempted to do. Let's explore that. This is a very interesting direction that the game has gone. I feel like we're turning this into a tycoon game. It's just totally different than what I was playing before, but let's go ahead and set this up. Okay, you attempt to take orders for the manufacture of various equipment. A suspicious-looking dagger merchant requests you to craft armor for him, with which he could advertise his goods to customers. He needs armor that would cover almost the entire body of its owner, except for a very small fragment. Okay, well, what does that mean exactly? Is the real question. 90, but not 100. My goodness. Are we already stocked with our... No, I'm sure we are not. Let's get our... Well, should we do the boy cries wolf first? I'm interested in that. Because then I don't have to redo all my trinkets. These are good enough trinkets. I mean, I know that I've been using the Butcher's Blade instead, but you can't really fault the Knight's Chain. It's pretty good. And actually, the first order of business is for us to upgrade. Oh, we don't quite have enough. But I think that that's what we'll do as soon as we have a little bit more money. I'm trying to avoid going to the trader until I really need to, but although, how much space do I have in my inventory right now? We need enough space to be able to do stuff. It can be mail. We have already mail on our character. Let's just see what this would look like. This is not as tip-top as it could be. Oh, it's 100. Dang it. So we need the Gambison to be something else. That's fine. Let's choose something else because the followed would work and the cost would be 350. I was just spending too much time bouncing back and forth. Here's our chest. We're going to put most of the stuff away, including the stuff that I don't think we really need to take with us, like the flag chrome, the working gloves and all that. Did I already take off? Yeah, so we have blacksmith hammers just as a last resort to get a little bit of extra inventory space. We have 16 available right now. I reorganized my merchant's pouch. Anyways, what we have here is pretty solid. This is custom, this is custom. I guess we'll go in with the custom stuff, but probably not necessary against wolves. If the wolves damage my armor, I will be very upset. And I see another thing that I did not notice until now, which is that I still have this equipped. So what I did is I bought the extra chest. We had a little bit of money. I feel like 150 gold is worth it to upgrade the chest. So that's what I did to try to conserve a little bit of inventory and potentially make more money on the travels itself if we can store a little bit of extra stuff. When you arrive at the farmer's plot, you arrange with his shepherd that if wolves appear, he will give you a signal with his horn. After an hour of waiting, the sound of the shepherd's horn is heard in an area and you come to the rescue. Okay, I guess... this is the boy who cried wolf or whatever, so... Is there actually going to be anything? There is! Okay. They have a paw, which is damage 7. That's not enough to break our armor, ever. 2 dire wolves. And we are still concussed, I forgot about that. Hopefully we can use this as an actual opportunity to reduce our fatigue, because we did do that 1 day's work. But what am I looking at here? How are these guys as far as extremely easy to kill? I kind of want a guarantee hit. Now, was this weapon skill 20? Which means I may not want to go fully offensive. Yeah, but any action I take is going to put me over the limit. Okay, so was their health 49? I guess this is probably 2 chops to the body anyway. I don't think even a head blow will kill them. Especially because I chose the wrong one. Okay, it's good to see 2 misses right off the bat. We're going to respite. And the miss to the body is very good. Okay, so I think we're in really good shape now. Let's try to crack down on them a little bit faster though. And there's the head, almost the neck. This should kill this one. Okay, we got another one. This is another dire wolf. Looks like with the same properties. Not worried. Gonna respite and then maybe even... do we need to... We might want to do 1 recover just to make sure we're very hard to hit. And they are going to be very easy to hit. I probably can do an overhead swipe with to the neck. Okay. So one of them is going to be... Always one of them should be very easy to hit, and we are going to get fatigue out of this. I mean, lower our fatigue overall. Less than when we went into the fight, which is good. This guy's, well... He's also winded, so I think we'll take the one that's not winded. Although, yeah, that... And your stamina is 42, where you're still only 32. Maybe we should just kill the back one, because I know that... I mean, this guy's going to get to tier 3 faster than this guy does, in all likelihood. It doesn't really matter, we'll probably be killing them too fast for that to come into play. We'll respite one more time. Again, we want to keep that as low as possible. We also want to try to finish them off as quickly as possible, since I don't know what... if there's any kind of time constraint with this, although there was none really expressed. I guess we could go with a offensive overhead strike 90% chance on this. Which one am I attacking? Let's go for this one. It should be higher. Yeah, there's 100%. So this, we'll see if it's kill. I think it will be. It is. Minus 54. And another one. Okay. Well, I'm not actually all that disappointed to see that. We'll do a recovery in balanced stance. These guys, I guess, don't faint, which makes sense. Although doesn't make sense. I guess animals could just as easily be, you know, looking like they're going to pounce. That guy is pretty killable now. We'll do one more respite just because we're really looking good now. And that one just sealed its own fate. This one's already winded, like I said. 64 for tier 2 is just so low. So we'll continue to do our swipes in this one. I don't even think we have to go for the head. I mean for the neck. But we know it'll get a kill. So this could be a way for us to make money too. Plus 5 gold per. I think we're just gonna... Oh, look at this one. Weapon skill of 4. What happened with you, my friend? Where does your points go? I don't know. But it won't matter. 1 respite, 1 recover, 1 kill. That's the plan right now. So we do want to keep that recovery high, make sure that we are not killed. Yeah, that guy would just be instant death right now, but we'll just go ahead and kill the back one. Very interesting that this is the battle. I'll take the money. Another 5 gold. Another one! What? I'm assuming we're going to get like just tons of leather out of this. This one has agility 10. I don't know if we have to wait at all. Maybe do 1 respite first. Could do another recovery as well. It's pretty much exactly 1-to-1 with recovery and the amount of stamina it takes for us to do a kill. I mean, is it... Yeah, it's actually 1 more... We get 1 more back than we lose. Oh, I'll be a little bit risky here. We'll go ahead and do the somewhat lower stamina. Oh, man, they just keep coming. This is a huge pack. Maybe, is that the difficulty in this? And I'm not complaining. This is awesome. Bring them on. I'm worried that we only have a time constraint, and I only get so long to kill them. So we need to manage several things at the same time here. Okay, that's another one. Alright, looks like we finally crossed the bend. Now I'm going to try to make sure we do this last one on round 24, which means I'll give myself a respite. Maybe a recovery. Maybe 1 more respite. I don't think we need the recovery. This one's already tired. Very unlikely to hit us. And this should be the killing blow. I could have been very, very particular and done single hand chops, fatigue recover, and then done another chop. That would have left us in the best state, but we'll just acknowledge that this wasn't absolutely perfect as far as min-max goes, but otherwise was pretty good. Alright, so we have Wolf's Paw, which prolongs by 1 turn any bleeding inflicted on enemies. Only costs 70, so we're not getting a whole bunch for this. Definitely going to take it. And then a lot of leather, which is cool because, I mean, although we opened a leather shop, we can always use this for something. Maybe we can open a crafting shop at this point. I'm not sure. But we don't have to buy leather, that's the good news. Having dealt with the wolves, you get a well-deserved reward from the farmer. Okay, 50 extra. We killed... How many wolves was that? Was it 6? So is that 80 florins total? Look, the good news is this actually acted as fatigue recovery at the same time as earning money, which is very nice. We're up to 290. And if we just sold a few items, I mean, we'll sell the wolf's paw for sure. Definitely not worth it as a trinket. I mean, but the leather, I think it's better for us to actually... So, a water skin is made from 4 leathers, and probably will double it. And I think these sell for 45. So even if it isn't doubled, it's worth it to make the leather into water skin and then sell the water skin. I'm not even gonna bother doubling. It's a little bit lazy on my part, but where crafting skill is so high, I think we actually did not get lucky and double it. Just to justify what I was doing there, craftsmanship is 20. And at 20, I mean, I think it's a very high chance that you'll double the crafting item. We didn't get so lucky, but that's alright. Who knows if we would have gotten lucky if we had put on our... I mean, I guess it was pretty easy for us just to equip it. It would have been right here. Nonetheless, we didn't do it. So, let's go... I mean, I guess I might want to do that again. And this time equipping it. We need to buy... We have 10 inventory space. We can buy... Well, what happens if we open up our shop? Okay. Okay, boots. We can do that. Let's craft some boots. I'm guessing now that we need to actually go and buy leather. Yeah, and somebody in the comments section was recommending that I actually go and buy heavy neck armor. I'm just still going to bypass that because, again, I really don't think it's that good. Greaves. No, that's not the one I want. Oh, a Shamshire. This is good. We haven't gone with the agility build, but otherwise I like that one. And leather. There's the 7. So we might as well, as an efficiency, just buy all 7. And we can put it in the chest. Okay. Let's sell the Falchion. Sell the Wolf's Paw. We'll swap this out for the moment. Go over and do the thing which we didn't do. Should have done last time. Actually, what... So, there's the boots. And we got 2 of them. Perfect. Alright, so let's go to our job as a craftsman. Reputation bonus based on the number of orders fulfilled is 5. Okay, so that wasn't very much, 46. I'd like to see what these cost. Remember, we'll have to chop off a little bit because we don't get the exact value. So we really only got, I mean, what is the raw value? Is it 10% less than this? And I guess that counted as 41 we sold it for. And they gave us 46, so really not that much of a markup. But I'm assuming, big assumption here, and I want to keep those boots in second pair so we can use them if we end up doing some scavenging hunt. And again, since we're not seeing any kind of party management, I'll probably pick up the huntsman thing. We'll do that whole song and dance. Should get a very lucrative return. We just need to clear our inventory before we do that. Let's go back and take another one. A hare hunter living in a rickety house near the town gates orders a spacious sack from you. Okay. I've never made a sack. I don't know how to make one. But we have a recipes list, so this shouldn't be that difficult. 3 cloth and 3 leather. Alright. You can always scavenge for more stuff too. But let's do this crafting. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's a sack. Craft it. Got 2 of them. Fantastic. Which is really money in the bank. Since we're able to fulfill their order. And then also... Okay, 40 florins. I guess this doesn't... It was 35, or was it? I didn't remember how much it cost. I should have paid closer attention since we were just about to do it. But anyways, we got 45 for that with a 10 bonus. The owner of its own taverns orders 2 large water skins to store water or wine from you. Okay, we can definitely do that. Do we already have them? We may. 2 water skins. We have them. Great. Let's fill that order. And let me first, before I do it, look at the cost of these. 50. Okay, so I'm hoping to see something over the 50. 55? 60? It would be great. 53. Good. That's not good. 55 is what I was hoping. What the hell? It doesn't seem like we're getting much of a reputation bonus. What is this reputation bonus? Is it... I mean, what is the reputation they're working with here? By the way, we're still concussed. Maybe we should... With the 530 that we have, I think it is time to finally pay off some of our problems. Okay, good. That's This makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, there are no new orders there. We can go back to the blacksmith one. Now, I did look, since we have in our chest 2 falds, I guess I don't mind using 1 fald with a gambeson or anything else. Okay, well, let's do the crafting for the blacksmith. And how do we pay this rent? Is there a way to pay it? Wait, do we... No? Socialize jobs? Look for a job? No. Well, yes, actually, look for a job would be not bad to do. Blacksmith, that's what I want to do. Okay, so let me get my character... Oh, we're already equipped. Very good. Crafting, craft armor. Let's get the armor first. Let's not worry about it, let's craft it, and we'll make a bunch of money off of it, so. This will be 363. Just want to check, in fact, that it's not, in fact, better than the armor I'm using. So what we have is 31. Yeah, what we have is just simply lower. It's worse. It's a 3, yeah, so they're both 98, but the one I have equipped is only 45 coverage. I mean, sorry, it's 30 coverage for limbs. Same armor, 6, but it's 30 coverage for limbs. This one's 45. Now, the one we have equipped is 31 prestige, but we're way over 100. And it has the 1 agility penalty, and this one does not. So let's go ahead and just do the obvious thing here. We'll swap them. And this is the one that we'll go ahead and give. It's also costs more, 385, and this one's 363. So we should, 385, we should make a good amount of money off of this. Now, since I've already done a few quests, I hope that our reputation as a blacksmith is going to impact the price of this. 425. Well, I guess that's okay. Good combat armor for them. What does that mean? Probably we should. That means we're gonna have to use our last fald. Alright, torso armor not lower than 15. Torso coverage has to be 100. Yikes. That's not easy. Or is it? Well, we can get that with the gambeson and mail. Limb armor 955. That is not going to be easy. Yeah, I think mail and gambeson is what we're looking for then. Let's also just take another look for a job. Okay. Well, we might be stuck with just training for a bit too, which we haven't done a whole lot of. So that's one thing that we're going to want to do. Unfortunately, it's very expensive to go to the physician. What's our virtue at? It is at 95, which is the limit for getting the 10% stat increase. But I think that the amount of money we'll spend on this will make it not worth it. Alright, I would like to... Oh, we can't even spar. Well, I'll have to waste money on this then. But I think the weapon skill is very important. And how to rest. We'll play the lute. Our reputation with the soldiers is increasing. I don't know what that means in this context. There's no soldier reputation. Train again. Get loot. We're actually going negative on the money, of course, doing this whole thing. Okay, just as you rent the house, practically the next day, a representative of the town authorities appears at your doorstep, accompanied by armed guards. He requires you pay a single Maidstone town tax amount of 983. Okay, I don't know why. We had the money for it, so I guess I'm okay with it. Oh, I didn't get rid of the salad. So maybe I should combine that with one of my... Oh, do I only have one Aventail? Oh, interesting. So yeah, we have one Aventail and we have one mail armor. So we have the mail armor that I need. I just need something else from the shop. Let's go ahead and trade. Mail armor, we need something else. Scale armor. Well, this would definitely give us 100% coverage. Unfortunately, I don't think it stacks with the... I don't think that this stacks with the mail, or does it? This is the big question. Unfortunately, there's only one way to find out. I wish that the color coding... I'm not... So there might be some legend to this that I'm not aware of, but there's red color coding for the chainmail. There's green for this. I wish that the color coding stood for armors which can be stacked. Like, so there's different layers, and I wish it was like you know, yellow for the first layer, orange for the second layer, maybe blue or green, whatever. Like green for the first layer, blue for the second layer, purple for the third layer. And then red should mean it can no longer be stacked with anything. It's already a combination of two things. Because there is armor you can buy already like that, including helmets that you cannot combine with anything. They're already considered stacked. But you don't know, none of it is, you don't know any of that stuff just by looking at it. Unless there's some color coding scheme that I'm not aware of, but I don't think so. Could buy this, but then we're down 200, and really what we need is a blacksmith to give us more items. And Aventail. Well, why don't I take another order, just on the hopeful possibility that we get a helmet request. Very good, decorated helmet. Okay, let's see what this one requires. I feel like I'm totally playing like a tycoon game now. Prestige not lower than 20. Okay, well, I think we can do that. What do we already have? We have a salad with 6. This is 5. This is 3. Well, I don't know if our crafting is going to be able to make up the difference here, but we'll see. 22, look at that. We just barely make it. And this will cost 293. It's very good. Okay, yeah, let's do it and just sell it. I'm just going to do it. Because we want to get this stuff going as quickly as possible. Okay. Decorated helmet is ready. Alright, 343. Okay, so we're still left with this combat armor quest. Getting the limb armor 9 and 55, that seems like it's going to be is it going to be a tough thing? I guess I'll have to see what it looks like for us to combine the mail armor with anything else, including like the gambeson. And almost surely it has to be the gambeson. Unfortunately, there's no way of just generating a gambeson. It almost seems like it's time for us to finally take this point, go into the huntsman, make sure we clear a lot of inventory, and then go and scavenge. And we can equip our boots for doing this as well. Hopefully we even run into some bad guys. That would be good for us in this case. We'll swap these things out. Anyway, we may not encounter anything on the scavenge. I don't know. But let's make sure that I get those boots on so this doesn't take too much time. How's our fatigue? Because we may actually want to do another... we may actually want to fatigue ourselves slightly. Oh, we're at 65 out of 97. That's not great. Yeah, that is slightly fatigued. I was going to say we could try to train and then recover fatigue in the course of our battle. Be very min-max efficient. I still think that we maybe can do that one time. And especially if we do it in the endurance. Okay, I'm going to end up playing the loot a little bit here, but let's increase endurance a fair amount. In fact, I may just pay for this to get a full rest in here. Okay, having found out that you set up a craftsman's workshop in your house and are now taking orders, the city officials demand that you pay a toll for running a business within the city limits. This is insane. The toll of 50 florins is absolutely more profit than we made. Absolutely more profit. Oh my goodness. Now we probably made more profit than 50 on the blacksmith stuff at least. But this is really this is one of those that I think once you know how to play the game, you will not, absolutely will not set up a crafting thing. You'll just craft those things yourself and sell them. You'll make way more money. So I think that that's not a good thing. When you find out in the end, unless the game is really trying to make a social point, but you invest 30 to do the craftsman stuff, and then you take another 50, this is like so much more money than you get out of it. I feel like there's something not right in this equation. But maybe I'm missing something. If you know, let me know in the comments section, because that's very frustrating to find out. I'm not going to be too upset about it because in the end, it's still only like 100 florin. You can almost chalk it up to just a random event that went poorly for us. But I'm not very happy with it. Let's scavenge before, the time is all the way up. Get out of the camp and go to the surrounding forest to replenish your supplies, heading towards the unknown adventures lying ahead. You wander around for several hours and encounter nothing noteworthy. Okay. Didn't get that much stuff, but I guess we got leather and cloth, and that's the stuff we wanted to get. We can maybe create some items, equip all our crafting stuff, and potentially make some money off that. Thanks to your talent as a huntsman, you managed to get some game for sale, and we get 20 florins for that. Riding through a nearby forest, you catch the sounds of battle in the distance. We will definitely head towards that. You hurry towards the sounds and soon find yourself in a clearing where a knight is ferociously fighting several bandits. Entirely focused on the fight in front of them, they don't notice you. We will side with the knight. Your sense of honor compels you to quickly rush to the knight's aid. I think that this is not going to be a very difficult one. We're not going to change our trinkets because I want to make sure that we get the less time for scavenging. Otherwise, we still have 10 in inventory space. I don't expect that this will be a difficult battle. It should be against bandits. I mean, I suspect... I'm thinking about this. We probably could have killed the Wandering Knight, taken his goods, and then killed the bandits afterwards. And that would have been not a very virtuous thing to do. But look at this. Our stamina is over 100, so we're nearly at roughened levels of stamina, which is great to see. And that, I guess, is mostly because we have this huge +3. And you know, I made one mistake. We didn't do one more thing before we left, which would have been helpful. What I'd love is for this guy to just eat it, for him to die, and then for us to get his stuff. I don't think it can work that way, but I wish it could. In fact, this guy with an agility of 26, he would be very difficult to handle on his own. And these guys are going to be just absolutely easy, just totally cake. Neither of them have poisoned anything. This guy's a Crankwin, which means it's not very armor penetrating. Mind you, I don't want my armor to be damaged, so we'll probably just take him out first. Anyway. What's your... Neck armor is 0. Helmet... Okay, yeah, we're definitely going... Well, I mean, geez, his torso armor is 5. 0 is still better and more damage. Let's just go to the offensive. I think it will be almost impossible to hit from these guys, judging by their low weapon skill. Okay, 1 down. And he's definitely going to do a lot of damage. We'll respite just because, why not? Oh, he's shield bashing him too. He's doing a great job. I can't believe there's only 2 of them. Doesn't seem quite right, does it? This is too easy. Although maybe we can challenge him to a duel, a fair duel after this. The knight thanks you for coming to his aid, and as a sign of his gratitude, gifts you his dagger. Okay, we'll take it. Chainmail. Wish I had anything but chainmail. Oh, poison thorn 3. It's only... By the way, what is this virtuous knight doing with a poison dagger? Anyway, scimitar is more welcome for me because you sell it for more money. And we'll proceed with 5 inventory space. The rest of your way back goes smoothly without any more adventures. Having found out that you hunted and collected herbs, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. The representative of the lords on whose land the forest is located require you to pay a toll of 56 florins. One evening, just as you return from a hard day's work, you are met with an unpleasant surprise at home. An unpleasant surprise in the form of 2 uninvited guests who somehow got inside the house and without any secrecy settled right in at the dining table. You reach for your weapon as you see them, but the strangers show no hostility. Okay, we have Rodolfo here. Put down the weapon, lad. If we wanted to kill you, you'd be dead by now. I doubt it. And look how deftly he grabbed his weapon, eh? What a little rascal. You can instantly tell he's a seasoned soldier. Duncan was right, of course. Any real soldier is worth a dozen peasants. Who are you, and what the hell are you doing in my house? Calm down, friend. My name's Jones, and you can trust me. That's what anybody who you can trust says. You can trust me. Anyway. This is my friend Rodolfo, and we are here to make you an extremely advantageous offer. So spare us a few minutes. I'll hear them out. Tell me what you came with, and then get out of my house. Straight to business, huh? I like that. So listen up. As far as I understand, you've returned to these parts just recently, so it's worth bringing you up to speed a little. Just tell him what's what, Rodolfo. Rodolfo was clearly waiting for his turn to open his mouth, begins to speak passionately. The common people have lived for centuries under the heel of kings and lords who, like ghouls, suck the blood of simple laborers such as you and me. Realizing their impunity, they skin these 3 hides off anyone their clawed paws can reach. They take the last from the people. The unfortunate villagers are forced to work hard in the fields of the feudal lords, leaving their own families hungry. Anyone who wants to get their own piece of land has to pay an exorbitant rent, which will bankrupt you long before you can earn even a florin from the rented plot. There are ruinous taxes on everything. Do you want to hunt in the Lord's forest, go fishing in his lake, or even, hell, drive a cart on the road that runs through his property? Pay for everything and pay always. Pay until you give it all, to the last florin. And when you've given the last of it away, go straight into the jaws of the loan sharks, who will intoxicate you with sweet talk and then slip a credit garrote around your neck. If you take a florin from them, you'll return them 10, and if you can't, you'll hand them first the mare and the cart, then the horse. Your family will be thrown out on the street in front of you, your wife will be turned into a whore, and your children be into beggars, and you will be put into a pit to be eaten by worms. This is the life the kings and his barons offer us, all of us, including you personally. We've made inquiries about you, lad. You seem to have just arrived here, yet your name has already appeared in the ledgers of the local moneylender guild. And something I missed, sorry, and you're something. We offer you a way out. Duncan offers you a way out. And who exactly is this Duncan? Duncan is the man who knows what to do. No one knows where he came from? Doesn't really matter. A few months ago, he rebelled against the old Count Caldwell and his ghoul daughter. He fights against exorbitant taxes, against dishonorable laws, against the bondage into which the honest working man is forced by the gold-clad, greasy barons. Well, judging by the fact that you have to personally go and negotiate with every potential supporter, things must not be going well for the rebellion, am I right? No, you are not. Duncan has hundreds, thousands of supporters. You can't fool people. They see who he is. They see what he's willing to do for them, and they return the favor. Then what do you need me for? Hard workers respect and love Duncan. They are ready to hide him in their basements from the guards to give him the last piece of bread or shirt. But not many people are ready to go into the field against the armored cavalry. And among those who would dare to make a stand, God willing, only half would know which end of the spear to point at the enemy. Peasants are not warriors, unlike you and me. I participated in the campaign against the Welsh rebels. Jones fought in Scotland many years ago, but Duncan doesn't have many people like us yet. It doesn't take much guerrilla warfare in the forest or robberies of the rich on the roads, followed by the distribution of their goods to the underprivileged. But that's not what Duncan wants to do. He wants to end tyranny. I just can't hear anything but the Monty Python, well, I didn't vote for you. And that requires real soldiers who have experience in real wars. We offer you to take up arms again, but this time for your just cause, not for lands and titles for earls and princes, but for the future of your own children. If you agree, your problems with the moneylenders will be solved today, and your family will always have some food on the table. I'll see to it personally. Oh my goodness. This is quite a decision. I'm not worried about it either way. I just don't know where it goes, and I mean, basically the game developer probably has in his mind a consequence for this, which he may feel is obvious or is fair. And I don't know what that is, because I don't know if it's obvious. I need to think about it, but I'll leave this decision for us to make together, and we'll see what the comments say. my usual cop-out. Anyways, I have a lot of editing to do with this one, clean it up, try to make this a palatable episode. It wasn't very action-packed. Hopefully I'm able to do that by the time this goes out to you. And until the next one, thanks for watching, and take care.